Let's be real. You've neglected being good from the corners in NBA 2K22, and this is actually holding you back from being truly elite in the game. So I mentioned in my previous video that people are really only great at dribbling from specific spots on the floor, that is, the middle and on the left and the right side of the wing. But the changes on both offense and defense in NBA 2K23 will require you to be really great from all spots on the floor. And one spot from the floor that people often neglect is at the corner. But don't worry, it's not too late. There's still time to work on your game before NBA 2K23. So although right stick inputs are on camera absolute by default, left stick inputs are always camera relative. That means your left stick inputs will change based on your position relative to the basket. So here I want to launch into a momentum crossover to the left. That means I must hold the left stick towards and to the left of the basket. Now if I want to launch to the right, that means I hold the left stick towards and to the right relative to the basket. And this is what causes confusion when you move to the corner. Oftentimes people only sit in the corner to hit a spot-up jumper, but what if someone tries to close you out? You need options to counter the defense that's charging at you. So here I tried to execute a momentum cross, but I just couldn't do it because the muscle memory wasn't built yet. That's because the left stick inputs from the corner are different from the middle or from the wing when trying to execute your different momentum launches. So think of it this way, imagine a straight line between Curry and the basket. To launch to the right, you must hold the left stick towards the basket and to the right. That means at an 11 o'clock angle, holding the left stick. And to launch to the left, you just hold the left stick up and to the left relative to Curry's position towards the basket. That means at a 7 o'clock angle. So you think this is a subtle difference, right? But try executing this in succession going from the middle to the right side of the floor. It's much more difficult than you think. So executing complex combos such as this, well, in my opinion, this is a standard combo, a pullback to a momentum cross into a escape dribble to the left. But look at how I move to the right. As I reach the corner, my muscle memory hasn't been built yet and I'm not able to execute like I should. So the only way to really build that muscle memory is to put the time in, practice perfect repetition in order to build the muscle memory necessary for, when you're in that situation, in a game situation, you're able to react and respond quickly depending on how your defender is guarding you. So now that I've repeated this exercise many times from a stationary position, I redo the drill going from the middle of the floor down to the right corner. I execute that specific combo and I want to make sure that not only have I built the muscle memory, but I have the coordination that's needed to move from one spot of the floor to the next and execute that combo flawlessly. So this is my mentality when doing lab work. I put myself in an uncomfortable situation and make sure that I build the muscle memory in order to overcome that hesitation. But again, I noticed that generally I'm more comfortable from the right side of the floor, so I execute the same drill, this time with a double momentum crossover, going from the middle and down to the left corner. And as you can see, I just don't know what to do once I catch it here. I hesitate, I don't know my left from right on my right stick, and I do not perform the move that I like. So again, in order to counter that, you must continue to put the time in, build the muscle memory, practice perfect repetition in order for these moves to come out instinctually in a game situation. So these first set of drills are more of mechanic drills. These are not actual combos I use in the game, so I develop different game-ready combos which I use in the game, practice at game speed, moving from left to right, being uncomfortable, and making sure that when the situation comes in an in-game situation, I'm able to execute the move flawlessly and take advantage of the defense. And when I'm doing lab work, it's not just one specific move, it's always building options out of the different counters based on your different setups. So now I'm using a behind the back launch towards the middle of the floor instead of towards the baseline, and really just trying to develop different finishes. And now I'm countering with the reverse layup as I launch from the behind the back position onto the baseline. Not only should you get comfortable doing it from the left and the right side of the floor, but from the same stationary spot, you want to execute the combo going to the left and going to the right from the same corner. This makes sure that you are not necessarily just boxed in going towards one direction. Remember, with the NBA 2K23 defensive improvements, especially the shading mechanic, you want to be comfortable dribbling to your left and to the right from all spots on the floor. And really, these are the principles that I follow when doing lab work in NBA 2K. I make sure that my repetitions are perfect in order to build muscle memory, build game situations out of what I normally do in a game, and build different counters around it and execute at game speed. So you want to be uncomfortable in the lab so that when you're in a game situation, you want to be ready to respond to how the defense is playing you. And in some situations, you'll want to be the one who dictates where you want to go and let the defense react, and you take advantage of the defensive reactions. So in order to be truly elite in the game, you must be good at all spots of the floor. You can't be just a dribbler from the middle or in the wing because of the new shading mechanic and what I think are going to be improvements in help defense and in the body up interactions. You're going to need to be diverse from all spots on the floor. Trust me, this exercise is easier said than done. Trying to execute complex combos out of the corner, especially when you're used to executing moves from specific spots on the floor, particularly in the middle or in the wing, this basically will humble you in showing you that I'm not as good as I thought I was. So put the time in, practice in-game situations, and make sure that you're ready for NBA 2K23.